What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sterling. Still welcome to Sterling on Cinemas. That's cinemas with an S. A dollar sign if you could. Today I'll be giving you my review on Bugsy Malone as part of my Way Back Wednesday series. Can't believe it's September already, I know. Seasons go by. If you're new to this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment on the section below if you could. Most importantly, watch my videos, will you? Now, here's the basic shtick. Bugsy Malone is pretty much a parody gangster picture enacted by children, acted out before scaled-down Prohibition-era sets. The film details the career of Bugsy Malone, who rises to the top of the criminal ladder in the 1920s New York. You know what I'm saying? It is also a nice and delightful portrayal of old-school mafia rivalries, with the characters of Fat Sam and Dandy Dan. Whenever gunfire is called for, the kiddie crooks substitute whipped cream and toy guns for bullets and pies for grenades. A little bit interesting there. Now, unlike Bugsy Malone, I'm more of like an Italian gangster member, like still Orlando. But there's something about musicals that is just magical, you know? While musicals are very enjoyable, they're not really amongst my favorites. But Bugsy Malone stands out for many reasons. It is not just the fact that it is a musical in a movie that is already known. It is the fact that you can see it both ways and not more than the other. Even though you naturally see it both ways, it feels more like a stage play than a straight-up mafia movie. The singing is delightful and memorable, I'll give it that, and the sets are small but well put together. While there really isn't an actual story, if you per se, it is just a satirical take on 1920s gangster movies, you feel me? Aside from having a very Broadway musical sort of vibe, the story mostly centers on the rivalry between Fat Sam and Dandy Dan, who are more diminutive versions of the notorious real-life gangsters, my personal friends Al Capone and Bugs Moran. Now, the most interesting thing about Bugsy Malone is the cast being entirely full of kids who portray gangsters. Now, I don't know if this is a popular thing back then, but not only in the movie did they portray gangsters, but they was playing club owners, barbers, singers, dancers, you name it. The only other movie that I can think of with the cast made entirely full of small moleys is The Little Rascals. With Bugsy Malone being a musical, almost every character was bound to have a song to sing. You already know what you can expect in a musical, come on. The director, Alan Parker, did a great job on creating a film with just kids, so that the story you're poking fun about 1920s Prohibition-era, and if you don't know what the Prohibition is, let me explain. The Prohibition-era is, it was one of the things aside from the Great Depression, you know? So, if you read my last review on Birth of a Nation, I'm not a history junkie, but I will break it down for you. I did my research, and the Prohibition era in the United States was a nationwide constitutional ban on the production, importation, transportation, and sale of alcoholic beverages from 1920 to 33. Prohibition is first attempted to in the trade of the alcoholic beverages during the 19th century, hence the 1800s. Now, this movie serves in a way like a family film with kids playing grown-ups rather than just being another average mafia movie about crime family rivals. That's actually The Godfather. Just because the movie takes heavy inspiration from the 1920s mafia era doesn't mean that every character in Bugsy Malone is based on a real-life criminal, except for Fat Sam and Dandy Dan. The characters also have great lines and dialogue, whether it be the conversation between Fat Sam and Dandy Dan or the catchy lyrics to one of the songs that are being sung. Now I'm going off script here, but I also love some of the kids' effort in into really acting like grown-ups in a way that's not too raw or graphic, but kind of like their perspective of how they saw grown-ups back in the 20s. I mean, Alan Parker directed it, and he told the kids what to do, and they nailed it. I'll give them props for it. Rotten Tomatoes gives Bugsy Malone an 83% score. Now, Bugsy Malone is such a delight and something that kids and adults will enjoy for every generations to come, which in a way makes it a timeless movie with the characters, the set designs, the clever plot placements, because I'm sure parents didn't want to see kids using other kids on TV using guns and bullets into people's faces, but rather toy guns and whipped cream to people's faces and pies. They did that to make the tone feel super light, and those catchy songs will have you singing along as well. And for that, I would give it 8.5 cheeses out of 10 cheeses, stacks of cheeses. So, that is my review on Bugsy Malone. You can let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. You can comment about my outfit, you can comment about my action, you can comment about anything. I can take it. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Deuces.